A Princess cruise ship carrying around 800 sailors that have tested positive for the coronavirus docked in downtown Sydney on Saturday. This unfortunate event triggered memories of a deadly cruise ship-related outbreak in Australia's largest city in the early pre-vaccine days of the pandemic. Princess Cruise Line released a statement. All guests on board took a rapid antigen test within 24 hours of disembarkation, and those guests who had tested positive would exit separately and not take public transport. Our onboard medical team will continue to support guests until they disembark. Australia no longer requires sailors who have tested positive for the virus to isolate. However, local authorities have advised that COVID patients on board ships should isolate for 5 days after testing positive. Princess Cruise Line did not answer questions about whether sailors who had tested positive for the virus on board could remain on board and isolated until they recovered. However, they did say they would help sailors access accommodations for isolation upon request. The Majestic Princess was scheduled to sail soon to Melbourne, Australia's second-largest city. The Health Department of New South Wales, the state where Sydney is located, said in a separate statement that patients have been isolated on board. State authorities said there was a Tier 3 COVID risk level aboard the Majestic Princess, indicating a high transmission level. All sailors know that cruise ships have been a potent incubator for the coronavirus in recent history. In the United States, the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention monitored such ships for transmission at sea for about 2 years. It also warned against cruise travel amid the Omicron spike during last year's holiday season. Remember, sailors, the CDC still recommends getting vaccinated and taking a coronavirus test before you step aboard the high seas on your next cruise ship. In early 2020, Princess Cruise Line's Ruby Princess allowed thousands of sailors to disembark in Sydney, placing the cruise ship at the center of one of Australia's most significant COVID outbreaks. At least 28 sailors died and 800 cases were linked to the Princess cruise ship. Watch the class action lawsuit video linked at the end for more information. The country has since lifted coronavirus restrictions on international travel. Proof of vaccination or a negative coronavirus test is no longer required for entry, and mask wearing on international flights is encouraged but not mandatory, according to Australia's Department of Health and Aged Care.
Thanks for watching Sailors365. Subscribe today and stay up to date with the latest breaking news.